Dental bringing you the show tonight. That's where I go to the dentist. That's where you ought to go to the dentist. Everybody needs to go to the dentist. Some of you more frequently than others. If you got chronic issues or problems in your life, I don't generally deal with that. I made it as old as I am without even a cavity. My mom used to tell me I'm hard headed. I think that applies to my teeth. But at the same time, if I had an emergency like our colleague this week, it's comforting to know that I'm already on the patient list of a practice that stays open as late as 7 o'clock at night. They take Saturday appointments as well, which is just amazing. Life's busy enough as it is. I don't know, but today alone, I'm just doing a lot of preps, got a lot of little projects, and it's all I can do some days just to get here and get through the show and get back to the things, right? Life's like that. Y'all, this is flexibility with some of the nicest people in the dental industry. Four dentists, four different specialties, extra hours, the latest diagnostic equipment. It's really the dentist you need to go see. Go see Dr. Brian or one of his colleagues at alabamadental.com, alabamadental.com. All right, we'll dip into Trump again in a minute. I got a couple of other headlines to throw at you. Charles is over here in Chelsea. What's up, Charles?
Hey, Leland.
Hey,
Man, I
man.
love your show. I've been watching for years and enjoyed a couple of Jawbone Jams,
Well, cool.
and you
Thank
guys
you.
rock. I just wanted to say about the AI thing. I'm a songwriter. My mom bought me a guitar when I was 12 years old, and I've been fascinated with the instrument all my life.
Yeah.
And I'm 61 years old right now, and I actually think I love the instrument more than than studying it. But I did study classical guitar at the School of Fine Arts here in Birmingham,
Very cool.
and graduated from there with a degree in classical. But my love is blues and folk. But let me. That being said, I've been a songwriter since I was about 15 years old. I've got notebooks of songs.
Yep.
Well, when this AI thing came out, I thought, well, my biggest problem is I have these lyrics that I like, but I sometimes have difficulty putting music to them. So
Yeah.
I thought, well, let me play around with this AI thing and see if they come up with something interesting for my lyrics. Well, having studied that for a short time, I'm going to make this short and just see what you have to say. But having looked into that, I wasn't about to put my songs on the internet to be whatever anybody to grab, and so I I was skeptical, but so I started researching and realized that if you have a song you've written and you want to use AI, whatever source it's from, to add music to that song for you and to those lyrics, well, they actually own a portion or pretty much all of that song.
Yeah. If you,
Now, I'm not good.
they,
I'm not going to go into detail about it,
no,
but
it's a true
you've
story though.
basically
You
given
don't
it
own any
away.
kind of creative product that you do through their systems at all. And that's a good point because
Exactly.
the money in that industry is from the copyright. It's from the ownership of the song itself. And and a lot of people usually align with a publishing company, and they have licensing rights to let people either record your song or whatever. But the intellectual property rights, it's a really good point you make, Charles. If it's in your notebook and you wrote it from your heart years ago, and then you established that by publishing it, that's yours, and you can profit from it. Not if you use AI to just create something that belongs to the AI company.
Right, and I'm a little concerned about or confused about the fact that I've had several. Listen, in the life, I've been writing songs for 45 years.
Yeah,
So you go, well, um, if this is the case, um, what am I actually doing here? I don't know if it's worth it or not.
well, it depends
Um,
on. I've got friends that write just to get it out of their heart. I mean, just to put it on paper to express it, just to put it out there. There are people that paint for that
sure.
reason. No, nobody's ever going to see it. only you and God, or maybe your mama,
Right.
and because mama will always listen, right? But
Yeah.
it still feels good to get it out of your soul and onto either paper or
Oh,
recorded.
it always
And
feels
there's
good.
something to that. I think even if you're not a famous artist and you don't make a bunch of money from it, I think it's still good for the soul to be able to express yourself that way.
Okay, man. Well, anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. It's one of the points with AI that really concentrate on. I'm like, well, I don't really need that. I don't think,
Yeah,
but I thought it would be interesting, and to find that out sort of squashes
gotta be
my
careful with
little
it if you want to
ideas.
hang on to it.
It's not
But it's
just
a
a
tool.
tool.
Yeah,
It is a tool, but
yeah,
it's more than a tool. It's a tool that can steal your soul.
absolutely. It's thought control. There's no doubt.
So there we go.
Thank you, Charles. Good
Later.
stuff, buddy. All right.
Thank you, my brother.
Interesting
Bye
concept.
bye.
Interesting concept there about creative control. And y'all need to know that. People will produce things. Now, if you just want to put it out there like this Spencer Pratt, they're using AI to make the best political commercials in probably ever. But in this political season, they're catchy, they're entertaining, they're boosted his popularity. That's what you do commercials to do. Yet we here in Alabama are watching commercials that look like they were written in the 1995. It's so lacking in creativity, and they're just and altogether annoying, to be honest with you. And then sometimes when they try to get creative, it's just stupid. But that'll change too. All intellectual property is going to change. Let me get we'll just stay with this AI stuff or whatever y'all want to talk about today. We're doing a take it easy Friday because we're heading into a weekend. The only other headline I haven't gotten to, let me just get that out there so I don't skip it. We just had another Jefferson County judge get suspended. This woman's name is Yashiba Blanchard. Now, the Blanchard part of her name, she was, I guess, at one point she was the stepmother of Anaya Blanchard. So I think her father must have married this woman who became a judge, and she has just been suspended from the bench after an 120-page complaint about the way she has conducted herself in the office as probate judge in Jefferson County. And so, man, it's pretty nasty. Apparently, she's yelling at people, not applying the law, just being a giant butthole, being biased toward and against certain attorneys. It's what she was accused of. When judges get in trouble, they go before something called the Judicial Ethics Commission, and they just put out a scathing report about her conduct, put her on a suspension with pay. I never understood that. And she's removed from the bench. At least she can't do any more damage. The sad thing is now she's qualified to be on the Supreme Court. So Linda is in Spanish Fort. What's up, Linda?
Hey there, Leland.
Hey,
I just wanted to tell you we love your show. My husband and I, we set an alarm on our phone at 2 o'clock, from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
nice.
We don't do anything but to listen to you. I don't care if we're driving to Birmingham from Spanish Fort or we're sitting out in our backyard. It's Leland. We put the alarm on and
I love that.
we listen to
Okay,
you
that's
at
cool.
heart.
Thank you.
But I was wondering if you ever heard the interview with Robert Kennedy Jr., where he said that Sirhan did not kill his dad
I have
and
not.
that it was an inside job.
I have not, but I would not doubt that. And I know he's had a trepidation and doubts all for his whole life, really, about how his father
Well, he
was
was trying to
killed.
work on, he was trying to get him released, but he said because the 8 bullets were found,
Yeah,
Sirhan shot,
yeah.
and that he was shot at close range from behind. He was escorted the wrong way, so it was all planned. But I thought if you had ever heard of anything like that, and I thought if that was interesting. But I just thought I'd call in. We love your show, and just keep doing what you're doing. We
Well,
love it.
thank you, Linda. That's very cool of you, all the way from Spanish Fort. Yeah, I don't know about that particular interview. I've heard those theories because from that era, you've got theories about MLK's assassination, JFK's assassination, RFK's assassination, and it was just this period of tumult in the country, and our government was up to no good in a lot of ways. Even the UFO stuff that we're hearing now, some of that was being generated and started getting into conspiracy town back in those days that our government had engaged with some of these crafts or beings and covered it up. Well, today, let me just throw this in while we're at it, and I'll get to Clarissa. The the White House, through the War Department, put out another series of videos, these much more dramatic than the ones before, showing aircraft flying around doing zigzags. just darting around like insects below some of our military aircraft. Some of this was over other countries, but information collected. The most dramatic, and it's a little grainy and hard to see, but apparently according to the War Department, the United States government, through the military, shot one of these UFOs down with an F-16. Then my question is, well, where is it? I think it was over water, but I haven't been able to read the whole story and all the write-ups on it. But the UFO folks are fired up today and then Congress is still pounding their fist saying, we need to know more. What is this? Why didn't we know about this incident? Apparently the thing was acting weird and the pilot engaged it and shot the thing down. You think we got ET out of there, AJ? Or does it just crash? Did we go recover it? I need some conspiracy theories. It's Friday, man. Clarissa is up next. What's up, Clarissa?
Hey, friend. Have you seen all these graduations where the keynote speakers got booed and talking about, the graduates getting on board with AI? I mean, it's like school after school after school.
No, what are they saying?
Just, the keynotes are talking about the future and, the graduates have to get on board with AI and they're just getting booed left and right. But it's really had kind of gotten me thinking because I myself just graduated this past month from Auburn, and I was thinking about all of this AI stuff. And, my dad speaks Mayan as well as Spanish. He's from Mexico, and my ancestry is actually Mayan. And so I grew up around the pyramids and the ruins before my dad grew up climbing the pyramids before Mexico took possession of Chichen Itza and things like that. So my whole life I've grown up around, what is it that each generation of society contributes? And to me, that is the burning question with AI. I feel like every generation is here to contribute to society. Think about the Greeks, that left us with the concepts of pursuing philosophy, and think about the Mayans that left us with the concept of zero and, and too many greats. But, to me, it boils down to that old age question, if you could have dinner with anyone dead or alive, who would it be and why? Well, if all that we have contributed is AI is basically an encyclopedia of knowledge. So we can have access to that at any time, at any place in time. And so I feel like we should be on board with AI to a point, but there needs to be some sort of initiative to cultivate pride in humanity. And, we take pride in everything else, right? So we need to take pride in being humans and what it is that we contribute: music, art, philosophy, all of these things. And my point just is that it's so beautiful to be a human being because we are creations that were born to create. And one of my professors at Auburn described it this way. He said that AI, because they're getting ready to launch, if I'm not mistaken, a degree in AI. And I was interviewing them for a piece I was working on for a class. And he described it to me as saying that, AI was a tool that we use to partner with as humans to build bigger and better. It's not to replace. And so I'm on board with AI. I wouldn't have passed math this past semester if I hadn't been able to get on Super Grok at 1 o'clock in the morning and say, explain this to me again. And so I'm a big AI fan, but, to a point, I think that we as humans need to start taking pride. And this generation of society, especially as Americans, in Memorial Day, we have got to get back on board with being a civilization of people that contributes.
Yeah, and then so we could talk about this till 6 o'clock, but with all that AI is doing now, how do we do that? What's our contribution? Because it's kind of leading the way right now, and it's kind of mind-boggling. I have a friend that has a kid in college right now, and she didn't want to use AI to write her papers and do some of her schoolwork because she really wanted to understand it and grind through it like old school. But the other kids in the class are all using it, and the professor is using it to grade. So there's no humans doing anything. AI is writing the paper. AI is grading the paper. What are the humans doing in that scenario? And that's when my alarm bell went off and went, why do we even have the whole education system at this point? Well, I know why, but I mean, it's a rhetorical question. But I think we're going to confront that at some point. We've got to find our value in the midst of a world that is changing very, very rapidly.
Exactly, and I think we'll do it. I mean, we as a race of beings of people, we have overcome so many things, and I look forward to what society will contribute in the future. But these are conversations that we have to have with our kids. These are conversations we have to have with our peers, in academia and whatnot. So I'm excited about the future, but we can't get lazy because AI definitely has potential to take over. But anyway, that was all that I had for today.
Clarissa, you go have a great weekend, and we will catch all y'all back here next week on Tuesday. We will be off with some special programming on Monday. Just a quick note for y'all's planning. If you're looking for us at 2 o'clock Monday, we will not be here. Charles is up next. What's up, Charles?
Hey, Leland, it's been a long time, brother.
Yeah, man.
I've still been trying to keep in the loop of everything. Right, I'm originally from Birmingham. Well, originally from Mobile, but I lived in Birmingham for like 10 years and moving to Georgia.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to drop my questions off, and I'll take off. You can answer them.
Okay.
With Trump, President Trump, what's left for him to do as far as his bucket list to do as far as in his position right now? And can you give me his ratio, what he's done already? I know I've been busy a lot, but just kind of trying to catch up with him and what else he needs to do as far as finish out and run off into the sunset, so to speak.
Yeah, well,
And
yeah.
also, I live in Georgia now, and it sucks out here, to be honest. But what are your takes on the politics out here?
What part of
going
Georgia
on?
are you in? What part? It depends on where you are in Georgia.
Well, I'm in Gwinnett County,
Yeah.
Lawrenceville.
Yep.
And my wife, she's
You better
a
learn
healthcare professional.
Spanish.
Yeah, I was thinking about going to school to do that.
Yeah, you might have to.
But yeah, and it's awful out here. The culture is different, and they're putting up houses. That's my daughter in the background.
Oh, yeah, that's
They're
all right.
putting up
Kids do
houses
that.
left and right, and it's a mess. And we're trying to get back to Birmingham or Texas somewhere.
Yeah, I
But
got you.
We're in Gwinnett County right now. And as far as the politics out here, what do you think is going to happen with the governor and also the voting redistricting with Kemp? I know he did make some mention on that.
That's a lot, Charles. I've got to hit this
Yeah,
break.
I know. I'll get off the phone.
That's all right, brother. I've got to hit this break. I'll try to take some of that up on the other side. But you call us back one day when you can hang on with us, and we'll talk that through. Maybe I can give you a little 411. I'm not as up on Georgia as perhaps people that live there. But anyway, good call and good to hear from you, Charles. Let's do this break. We'll come back in a minute. 545-9950 Leland Live. dun, 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 dun. Hey, I may like this one better. I may like this one better. You know what's funny is some of these AI covers, AJ. I actually understand the lyrics now. I went through the '80s and we were just making up our own version of what we thought the lyrics were because everything wasn't printed out for us, right?
Right.
It was just a cassette. And then they forced people to start printing lyrics. So we had to just sit down and sort of write down what we thought the song was about. Then they slow it down with these remakes. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's what that line's about.
But I've noticed these AI is either they're going to be a soul singer and a country singer. I know they probably got some other artists out here that or AI artists that can do other songs.
Oh
like,
yeah, they'll
rap
flip them
or
to
like that,
they'll
but-
flip them to speed metal.
Yeah.
They'll take an old soul song and make it a headbanger. All of it's funny, cognitive dissonance. All right, let's get a couple more calls in here. Regina's next. What's up, Regina?
Just sitting here in my craft room listening to y'all on the radio.
Cool.
I just wanted to tell you I didn't have a radio, and I was sitting out in the car listening to you on the radio on the car, and my husband came home and he couldn't find me. He came out in the garage and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm listening to Leland and AJ on the radio." And he said, "Oh." So he came back in. Well, yesterday he came home and brought me a radio, so I can sit in my craft room and do my craft and listen to y'all at the same time.
Well, that's very kind of him. That's very cool. Now you can chill with
Yeah,
us.
I thought so.
What kind of crafts do you do, Regina?
Well, I'm a quilter. I do the diamond art. I do wood crafts where I take wood and like make crosses and decorate them and all of that.
Yep.
I make jewelry, and right now I am working on my coins, looking through the coins that I've got and trying to decide which ones are worth anything and which ones are not.
I'm always fascinated what people do. It's just like our caller earlier that wrote music. I'm like, we all need something like that. That's our thing, right? And that's your thing. And I'm glad you're getting total support on it. Regina, I got to go to the bottom of the hour. Thank you for calling and listening to us in your craft room. And yeah, we'll talk about that for a while too, if y'all want to. Trump's still going at it in New York. I think we've heard all of it before, but we'll keep an eye on it in case he says anything big. Breaking news and headlines when we get them. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. We're going to keep on going on this dreary afternoon. Crazy chances for rain all through the weekend. We did have one tornado today near Vance, but it didn't last long, but it was, I think it's been confirmed now. All right, back here in just a minute. More Metallica, my friend. That's Enter Sandman. You know what we should do? We should get Richard to come in one afternoon, and we'll do that. Name that song in 3 notes.
Mm-hmm.
We get me and Richard. Probably we may drag Marty Duncan into that. She's another aficionado. Let me hear some more of that. That's pretty fun. There's another phenomenon like this, AJ, but it's not done with AI. It's musicians that use bluegrass style instruments, just really acoustic instruments. And I actually listen to this stuff all the time on the weekends that do covers of like Metallica and Michael Jackson and Prince. Some of it translates, some of it does not, but it's pretty fun to listen to.
Yeah.
But stick with the AI because that's kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
We're just messing around here on this Friday. All American Metal's bringing you the show tonight, aa-metal.com. If you're going to be adding on, growing your business or adding on at your property, if you got room for it, you just need more space. One of the most efficient ways to get that space is just put up a pole barn or a steel building of some type. They make all of these buildings at All American. They're so good at it because this is 2 families that go back to the 60s when they were up there walking on the steel, man. They've got pictures at their home office of them up there. Freaks me out, man. They're walking on those beams, getting those buildings up. And over time, they bought all of their own manufacturing equipment. They've got facilities all around Bessemer, Hueytown, I think up into Chilton County too, where they produce their own steel. They build their own framing, primary, secondary, all the clips, everything that connects it. They stock bolts and the screws and obviously the sheet metal. They bend their own metal, all the ridge caps and all the things that go with it. They can put your entire building together from their design that they work with you on putting together. And then when they bring it to you, it's going to be right because it's all coming from one source and they've got control of the whole process. They even bring it to you on their own trucks. Hey, their prices are better. Their turnaround is quicker. Their designs are custom, and you're just working with some of the finest people. Don't you want to do business with people you support and appreciate? That's All American Metals. Reach out to them if you've got any kind of project. If you're a contractor, make them your source. They'll keep you busy. If you are just doing your own project and you need a contractor to work with them and you, they'll help you line that up too. Commercial projects are really the biggest part of their business. So if you got to add on or grow or start your first business or build your first retail space, let them do it for you. It's All American Metals, aa-metal.com, aa-metal.com. We've had some great calls this afternoon, just total randomness on this Friday before a holiday. We'll start again on the phones with Daryl. What's up, Daryl?
Hey, Leland, how you doing, my friend?
Man, good to hear from you. What's going on with you?
All right, I'm passing the word again. They downtown Birmingham. Yep, that federal case down there, I could have swore I saw Johnny Cochran down there, and you did.
Yeah, let me update folks because there is a hearing going on today where the old 23 map's being challenged and in light of the new court case, and I haven't heard any word on how it's coming out or if they're going to rule anything today.
Yeah, well, they down there. I can tell you that a lot of people down there, and they also want me to tell you that Blanchard lady. They said that's the money seat, and she also run she count the election, certify the election, and said they put a white woman in there, a Republican. I think her name Friday. I may be wrong on that. And another power grab. They got the waterworks. The same court got the waterworks next Thursday or Friday. It's just a power grab, they saying. And they said they're not having it, Leland. It's a power grab. And they said the woman ain't did nothing. The only thing the woman did, she asked some of the lawyers or whoever, some people that had contracts, she want to know who she paying. And they wanted the status quo, and she canceled them out, and she gave some to some black people.
Yeah, it was definitely, it was definitely some lawyers that complained to the commission. The commission studied it, and they put out a 120-page report. So something's going on there. And it's not the first time that same commission removed a probate judge that I used to know personally and used to work with for some stuff he was doing in his office in a whole nother county. So it's not – I don't think they're super partisan. In fact, they're made – up full of a bunch of lawyers that tend to be in the Democrat Party, but it's the only thing to hold these judges accountable. We'll see. I haven't read the report, so But the accusations are
But
pretty
the only
nasty.
thing they saying is why they didn't appoint a Democrat in this Democratic county is what they're saying, and
Well,
that's what
I'm
they're
not
saying
sure
about
who they
your friend.
appointed. I don't think I've seen the appointment yet.
I think she's from Mountain Brook. I got the ups on everything,
Well,
Leland. I'm like, I know a lot of stuff.
Mountain Brook's in
I know a
Jefferson
lot of
County
stuff.
too, so
I
it's a Jefferson
understand,
County
but
seat.
she is not. She's a Republican. They like your friend, like I told you. If they say if you switch, or your buddy would switch, what's his name, Jerry Hudson, they say he'll win. But he's just in the wrong place because the white people and the black people, it's the white people because there's not enough. They done changed over, just simple as that. And they say they like Jerry Hudson, but if he would switch over, he'll win by a landslide on anything in Jefferson County. So, but that's him, and you know that's why they got Sheriff. What his name? The old sheriff. He done came around. What his name? Mike Hill. He coming around. That's what they said. Time has changed. So, but you pass that on to Jerry Hudson. Now, I like him too.
Well, it's too late.
Fact,
it's too late in the year. You can't switch parties at this point. I mean, he
yeah,
wouldn't be on the ballot.
I voted for.
Yeah.
I voted for Jared the last time when he ran for sheriff, you know, and but I wish I could have talked to him, but he got to hang around Jefferson County. As long as he talk to these people, he's black and white, you know, show your face. That's all he got to do because they're willing to listen, and they're saying he's not showing his face. So, but he put some signs up, but he didn't show his face. But I just want to pass the word, Leland. And man, it's gonna rain on my barbecue, man. My son coming from Kentucky.
Yeah, you better come up with some indoor activity because it is not a lot of family gatherings. Y'all can still hang out with your family, but you better do it inside.
Yeah, you're right. They said 90% every day, man. I said, goodness gracious, I got all this meat to smoke.
I know it.
All right, Leland, I love you, man, in Christ, man. Keep pressing on, okay?
Thank you there, Darryl. I appreciate you. I wasn't even going to get to this because I just wasn't. I've been watching this during the breaks, but apparently Jared Hudson is getting some blowback online. AJ, have you heard about this? Because he made some comment. Let's see. Now I may be mischaracterizing it, but I'm just watching people I know criticize Hudson over basically alluding to Barry Moore as not being a real Christian. Here we go with that. If you can't get the Trump vote, you can always try to get the Jesus vote. But apparently, here's the quote: Alabama wants a senator who lives out a Christian conservative life, not someone who just talks about it in front of the cameras. Now, he doesn't say Barry Moore right there. So everybody
I think
assumes,
that's a stretch.
They assume he's talking directly to his opponent. Yeah. He just may be talking about politics in general.
Oh, how come? Okay, what was the question that was asked of Jared
I don't know
Hudson?
that there was one. It seems like I've got a piece. Somebody circled it and sent it to me, where he said something on a post. Let's see. I think it was Barry Moore's wife reposted it and started. It starts with her saying, "My soul is sick. Never has an opponent in any race stooped this low." So she's kind of going after Hudson for saying something she believes was directed at her husband. And so then immediately people that know Barry Moore have jumped in to defend him, including a lot of my friends that are close with the Moores. So if he did direct that at Barry Moore, it just gives it's a tactical mistake because it gives the Moore folks the ability to defend Moore's character. I mean, people will come out of the woodworks talking about what he's done behind the scenes and how sincere he is. And you don't want to be, as a Christian, pounding your chest and being out. You don't want to try to out Christian people. Alabama's kind of tired of that. That died with Roy Moore. I mean,
excuse me as I pull this out.
Well, I whipped this out. He had a little gun, you see, at one of his events.
With his little cowboy hat on.
He pulled out a little Derringer to show how big of a gun guy he was, and that we had a lot of fun with that back in the day. But yeah, I don't know. This seems like internet hubbub, and now that I look at the quote, I think it's both sides kind of making a lot. Here we go. We're going down that road.
We're in a runoff. So anything that you say,
they got 3 weeks. How dare you question my loyalty to the Lord? I would never do that, my Christian brother. One of those glass houses scenarios. I don't know. This just appeared this afternoon, and I thought I would address it. If we find out anything more about that, we'll let you know. All right, Distinctive Pools bringing you the show tonight. What you waiting on? You know you've been thinking about it. if you're thinking about it, you're just going to keep thinking about it. I do that too. I'll procrastinate and overanalyze. You need good information. So if you're considering putting a pool in at your house, just get Distinctive to come out and talk to you about it. They'll come out and look at your layout, help you with the design, show you what can be done within your budget, even figure out your budget. You may just want to do it and you're not sure what your budget can include. Might be surprised at what all can be built. They've got finance companies that can help you with it. You may still decide not to do it, but deciding not to do it at that point to me is an informed decision. And it doesn't have to be spontaneous. It's a thoughtful thing. There's a process. Y'all let Distinctive help you with this. This company's been around. I haven't added up the whole staff, but Gary Levesque alone has 40 years pool building and hardscape experience. And you add his team in there, and you've got just a lot of veteran pool builders that build the best pools in Alabama. And you do want to do it right. You want to do it with expertise. You want to have somebody with a track record like that, and they can demonstrate that to you with all the resources to make this thing happen. Y'all get to digging. We've still got a lot of summer to go. Wouldn't it be nice to just spend some time out there? Just think about this weekend with the weather. In between the storms, you could be using your pool. Days like today and the weekends. If you're just stuck trying to go to the lake, you just might as well not go. But if that pool's right outside the door, it's there for you anytime you want, including a good night swim. You ever go night swimming, AJ?
Does it look like I go night swimming?
It's a fun time. No, actually, AJ, I will declare for you now, has never been night swimming. I mean, you can go out there butt naked in your own pool, go night swimming, man. DistinctivePools.com, DistinctivePools.com. Back in a minute. What is this a cover of? The Declaration of Independence?
All right, so
I like the theme.
Dan from Birmingham, he calls in.
Yeah.
So I think one day we were talking about AI, and he was like, "Hey, I'm doing some AI
Dan did
songs."
this?
Yeah, Dan from Birmingham
Dan
did this. Yeah.
Okay, give me some more of it then. Good job, Dan from Birmingham. Uh-oh. Now with AI, white people can actually rap, not just Vanilla Ice.
I was like, Dan,
And
you sound
Eminem.
completely different, man. Like,
Hold on, is any of that his actual voice? Or
no,
did he just write the
I don't
lyrics?
know. I don't know if this is any. No, I don't think this is his voice. I think he just kind of like created it, and then the AI just kind of converted the voice, and there's a music video that's attached to it.
Oh, he made a little music video too?
Yeah.
It's America's 250th, man.
Yeah.
Keeping it rural.
I mean, he did a good job with this. He did a good job.
Yeah, I even, personally, I despise that style of music, that particular style of sort of rap or whatever.
Yeah.
I hear it all the time, that auto-tune thing. It makes me want to run, like, out of a place.
It's done right.
They play it in this sushi place I go to sometimes with my wife, and I couldn't get there on time today, so they got my food to go. And I was happy because I didn't have to listen to that. I'll enjoy the food. I don't want to hear that. I'm old. Turn that down. But I got to hand it to him with the theme, the no tax theme.
Mm-hmm.
All right, way to go there, my friend.
Yeah. Great job, Dan.
Dan's a fun dude. So here's the thing. Anybody can be a musician now.
I mean, yes, if you know how to operate AI.
Or a magician, if you've seen that video, too.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that video?
Who was that guy back in the 80s and early 90s? He was like the really big magician. He like made the Statue of Liberty disappear.
David Copperfield.
David Copperfield, yeah.
Do you remember the dirty joke, the only dirty joke I ever heard George H. Bush say?
What's that?
Remember, it was a David Copperfield joke. He was in a wheelchair, I think, at the time, and some pretty woman was standing next to him. And he put his hand up like near her butt, and he said, "You know who my favorite magician is?" And she said, "Who?" And he said, "David Copperfield." It's like, what, Mr. President? What?
Hey, when you're that age, hey, you just laugh it off.
You can do what you want,
right?
You can be a little old man and just be a total perv, and then you're just cute. You're not threatening, especially if you're in a wheelchair. I'm saving up my jokes. Oh, I don't even know where the show is right now. We just drifting. Trump's still up there talking in New York. Let's dip into that for a minute. I don't think he's broken any headlines today. Well, he's bringing people up, and we don't know who these people are, and we can't see them. So we'll kind of dip on that for just a second. I've not spent any time on the UFOs. I just mentioned it a couple of times. Have you seen the video of us shooting down a UFO with an F-16? That's not even making headlines today. My whole life, we were waiting on the UFOs to be revealed and new information. And I know billions of people are going to the website to see all these videos that are created. And it's getting some internet play, but nobody's really digging into it. You know what they're all freaked out about? And I still don't know what to make of it. There's a former general in one of the service branches. I think he's a Marine. He appears a lot on television. I believe he might used to have been in the Joint Chiefs or something. Let me see if I can find this video. I don't recognize the guy's face, but I've seen him on TV. But apparently he made an appearance on Fox News, AJ, and it appears, and even TMZ has covered this story tonight, it appears he was wearing a full face mask that you pull over your face to look like somebody else, and it ends, down around your throat, and so you should usually wear a high-collar shirt if you're going to hide that. But he had some creepy bald face mask, and it's Navy SEAL Admiral Robert Hayward. He was on Fox News, and the thing is loose and flapping down around his neck, and that's exactly what it looks like. Now, my first thing is this fake? Did somebody fake this video, or did this dude wear a mask on television?
And it looked so realistic, but some keen-eyed person zoomed in that you could see the little where the neck just kind of is like it's flopping. But if you wasn't paying attention, to the video, and you just look at it, it just looks like a guy that just was like has no eyebrows, no hair on his head.
He's like Mr. Clean. I
Yeah,
mean,
super Mr. Clean. Yes.
Yeah. But there is an old video of him, and he looks way older. He's got, natural. As you get older, you get splotchy, and it starts happening. But in this video, he looks probably 20 years younger, but it's supposedly the same dude, and it's him talking. It's the same voice, but they're saying that he wore a full mask. What's the difference in that, and Nancy Pelosi? I mean, can't men do it too?
Maybe he's just looking. Maybe he's working on something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that does look kind of creepy,
dude. That's crazy. It's like his throat. It's like there's an extra mouth down there at his throat, right at his sternum, and it's moving while he talks. And it's like, I saw it on some sort of edgy, outside sites, and then suddenly I started seeing it on some of the mainstream sites. And I don't know that he's come forward to say what that is. Somebody said it was just a shadow from his collar. That thing's moving with his mouth, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it looks like, I'm looking at the side-by-side comparison to, like, there's a picture of him in his uniform.
Yep.
Where there's a shadow where the same area where the video is. And it does look like it's a layered. It doesn't even look like it's like seamless or flat. Like it's like a shadow that's casting from the light that's hitting his chin, going down to his neck. It looks like it's literally something like up under.
Like it's flapping, and creating a shadow on his neck.
Yeah.
So I'm calling dude's wearing a mask. I'm calling Men in Black. This is Men in Black. This looks like a sci-fi movie. I'm waiting on Will Smith to come flash everybody with that little.
Maybe it's not even him. Maybe it's somebody else.
What if somebody's faking that
it's him and it just took his identity?
Because he got kidnapped by the aliens. I'm telling you, I know it's radio and we can't show it to you, but this thing kept popping up today, and it kept popping up today, and I'm like, why is everybody? And I thought, this is just somebody faking stuff. And then I saw TMZ get into it. They're like, okay, so seriously, what the hell? I know it's TMZ, but they're more mainstream than the places that I saw it.
They kind of reminds me of that lady. They showed the video of the lady who was on the airplane talking about that is not real.
Yeah,
she was
that ever is not real. Something's up with this. It's weird. You remember when Rand Paul's dad, Ron Paul, was doing an interview one time and his eyebrows started coming loose?
Oh, yes.
Apparently he was wearing fake eyebrows.
Yeah.
He had some like Lee press-on brows. And one of them, the glue came loose, and it started dangling in his eye, flapping around while he was talking. I was like, good God. Why would that old man want fake eyebrows?
Like, that would be embarrassing for me. Like, I know, look, I know I sweat. Like, I'll get up on stage, and I'll just start sweating. But it'll be different, like, if I start sweating, and all my blackness just, like, starts
and you started,
dripping.
you started changing color, like, are you trying to tell me you white on the inside?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what if all my whiteness came off?
I will be freaked out. Like, wait a minute, who I've been talking to for almost 20 years? Like, who is this?
I was faking it, man.
Had to make a living.
I was trying to get a paycheck around here.
It was hard around here.
Damn.
They wouldn't hire me for nothing.
I got to do what a brother got to do, man. Damn.
And I'm over here talking about my privilege, like.
You're actually, it's just like, you're actually the one with the privilege. The hell's wrong with my credit score?
Well, gee, Willikers, I'm finna
Did we
drink
just
me
race
some
swap
Diet
right
Coke.
We just waste swap right here on the, did you just say gee Willikers? Is that what black people think white people sound like when they're not around?
I mean, you think that's how we sound?
Truthfully, when y'all aren't around, we sound more like y'all. We just tighten it up so you don't think we're trying to be too cool. Because, I mean, my wife knows. I'm like, where's my damn key?
Yeah. And I'll be like, honey, have you seen my car keys?
That's AJ at home and me at home. I lost my damn keys again. Damn.